All right.
Yeah,
Well,
we got that shenanigans.
all right, then. Well, let's introduce the player in the upper right, so we can give you the proxy shenanigans. The upper right, he is in the red. It's ShoWTimE.
ShoWTimE. In the bottom left, also in the top left, top middle, it is the one and only, another young gunner, ForJumy. Jumy. And, I mean, I'm thinking Gate Forge, what we're going to see here. And I do not mind it. I mean, you are hoping that they are blowing on the low ground, and he is. And we got the Gate and the Forge coming in, and it's kind of a play on the low ground wall, and ShoWTimE is getting the normal time scout. This is the normal scout, so Jumy should be very ready for this scenario coming through. And we'll see how the players are going to handle it. Interesting pylon location here. We're going to have the cannon. And basically his entire goal here is going to try to knock down the gateways. That is your big goal, because if the gateways are gone, then you can't produce. But we're going to see ShoWTimE go for maybe a Forge and a Cybernetics car. And if he's able to get that full wall, I'm worried for Jumy a bit. And that's exactly what we see. The Forge, the Cybernetics core, the full wall coming down. And can ShoWTimE use his chrono? He can chrono out a Zealot, which I wouldn't mind. Double cannons coming in, and they're going to hit this gateway here, which is where things can get sticky. Because if this gateway falls and we do not see any adepts, any stalkers, usually adepts to kill the pylons and the zealots are what you need, it can get tough, but it's a very fast Forge, very fast Cybernetics core. And this is going to get tough for ShoWTimE, I think.
The first zealot now out, but it's going to go into the main base immediately. It's got to stay out of the range of the cannons, and fortunately, he builds that on the ShoWTimE side, so he's not going to have the zealot out that's in a bad spot. But ShoWTimE, you mentioned this already, he's just giving the natural up. He says, I cannot hold this. There are two cannons here. There's a zealot. I just need to buy time. So we got a cannon going up in the main base in that mineral line. There's a robo on the way. So I guess now Mcanning, his hold is going to be Immortals, right?
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised he didn't go for Stargate or something, but I guess Immortal Prism is also very good. Very interesting decision from ShoWTimE to just give the natural completely. He knows he's mining gas. He knows his Cybernetics core is done. And, I mean, he's going to allow Jumy to kind of poke around. He's going to be able to try to get on top of the simulator. There's going to be 4 zealots, 1 zealot being rallied in. Will Jumy be paying attention? He is going to save it. And Jumy is going to find some damage here, but an interesting hold, and he's so many probes for ShoWTimE. I don't mind the response at all. He knew he couldn't hold that low ground. He knew if he tried to make a cannon, try to salvage that low ground, he could have just ended up losing the game. So he's taking the better decision, just holding the main. I'm surprised there's no batteries in the main to help out, but I guess he doesn't need it. Double cannon. And it still feels very awkward, because what we're going to have from Jumy here, I imagine, is a Stargate at home eventually. His gas is just being started, and okay, yes, if he's able to kill this Cybernetics core, which is going to be very, very hard for ShoWTimE to hold, then we're not going to have warp gates, we're not going to have stalkers, and then you can kind of expand and go Stargate in Jumy's spot, and I really don't mind it. We do see the Stargate coming down, and he's not going to be able to save this warp gate, so I really don't hate the position for Jumy here.
My one question for you, Mcanning, looking back a moment, there was that one, oh wait, okay, Immortal on the low ground, but yeah, no, the Cyber does not get saved. It just maybe kills the Zealot, but not even then. As ForJumy now considering giving this position up, just trying to play on the line of sight to make sure those cannons can shoot, but another Zealot will fall. And the Immortals, I mean, they kill pylon, or they kill cannon, so this should be broken right here. And one thing we got to mention, this Cyber Core, that's an odd spot for a Cyber Core to be, even just say compared to, back where the Forge and the Gateways are.
Yeah, I didn't actually even realize it was there. I just guess that's where the one probe was, and he said, I'm not going to wait till it's over there. And instantly a Void Ray coming in, and we have the situation where it's just a single Stalker, so the Void Ray is going to come out. I love this double Adept, maybe trying to snake in. The issue is for Jumy is you're spending a lot of your money reproducing buildings, trying to be safe at home, maybe a battery at home. Adept shading in. There are 2 cannons here. I can't imagine a ton getting done, and these 2 Adepts, if they get 2 or 3 workers, it's still... These are kind of really important Adepts, because Jumy has almost no units right now, and he's kind of hoping these Adepts are able to keep ShoWTimE on the back foot. Now, Jumy is up 4 workers. Voiders are being made. He's going to need to take a Nexus soon. But the situation is, he killed that Cybernetics core. There's no Warp Gate for a long time. And it's really hard for ShoWTimE to go across the map. ShoWTime's just going to expand here. Both players are going to expand, and it's going to get into this weird 2-bit, somewhat normal game, but we're going to have very late Warp Gate from Jumy. I wouldn't be surprised if Jumy decides to go full memes, just goes mass Void Ray. Something like that into maybe disruptors. But here we go. ShoWTimE with a Prism and 2 Stalkers here. This can actually get a little bit scary for Jumy. The Void Ray is Prismatic Line. A 3rd Stalker showing up as well, actually. And I'm getting a little bit scared for Jumy now. He's getting pretty good damage done on 2 Stalkers. And I think a 2nd Void Ray is showing up. It is, or 2nd Void Ray. Okay, yeah, 2nd Void Ray is here. And Jumy should be completely fine. He's got to be careful. Oh, a big snipe for ShoWTimE, getting one of the Void Rays. Really nice micro by ShoWTimE. And That one hurts.
Oh man, that was sultry. That was smoldering micro from ShoWTimE. It just does not lose a single stalker. It gets the Void Ray. I mean, all the stalkers, they're very low, but that's fine. The Void Ray going down, the really solid thing that would have unlocked maybe the map for ForJumy a little bit, allowed him to be aggressive, defensive, but only one Void doesn't really do enough for you. So ShoWTimE, you mentioned this, is natural just about done. He has a warp gate. He built that cyber core back fairly quickly, and as he adds in another gate, he adds this Twilight, he's on a 3-gate robo effectively against a player that can only build voids.
Yeah. And ShoWTimE knows that, and even that Immortal is going to be really hard because it's going to be in the front, dealing some damage, maybe killing the battery. I think there's a cannon in the natural. And there's just not a lot here from Jumy right now, and I think this might be the game. ShoWTimE with this Prism and the Stalker micro, he's going to try to break him here. The Immortal, the Robo is coming in. It looks like it is going to be some type of Void Ray Immortal setup, but I just think it might be a little bit too late. Now, there are quite a few Stalkers, and honestly, this Immortal is really, really nice to have here just to kill things on the ground, kill this cannon. Now, if the battery is able to complete, I think maybe he can hold on, but ShoWTimE actually going into the main here.
They're going to try to elevator on up. Immortal on the high ground to start, and he's going to knock the pylon down. We're going to see ShoWTimE. He's got to be very careful. As probes get pulled, there is a world where everything gets marooned on the high ground, but Void Rays, they don't get the shots that they need. They just go forward. Probes pulled back once again. So it was scary maybe that ShoWTimE was there. Not scary enough. And now into the natural. Void Rays can only be in one spot at any given time. And, well, the shield battery, I think you just target that one down, but no, the Void Ray to start. One cannon is starting to fall. Shield battery overcharge gets popped. The Warp Prism goes down, and actually the Void Ray is starting very strong indeed, but they're outside of shield battery overcharge range, so they're not nearly as strong as they might otherwise be. Probes now fall, and for a moment it looked spicy. It looked possible.
Yeah, but it's just the Stalker count has just gotten so high that ShoWTimE really just has everything he wants here. And taking the third base, remaking the Prism, and maybe he's not going to win the game yet because, well, the Prism died and he can't reinforce with Stalkers yet, but Blink is almost done now. It's not just Stalkers, it's Stalkers with Blink. And when you're in ShoWTimE's situation, just so much more comfortable. You have Blink, you're able to take your third. Jumy can't take his third till forever. Even if this attack wasn't happening, it'd be very hard. And now it's blinking into the main because the Observer's here killing a battery, finding some extra damage, maybe a pylon, trying to get these Void Rays as well. He says, look, you don't have a whole lot. One Void Ray falls, and it's a really big snowball thing where every time a Void Ray falls, it takes so long to rebuild. And an Oracle came out, actually. He says, hey, guys.
I'm reminded of back in Heart of the Swarm when 2-base Blink Stalker all-ins were just things that Terran could not win. TY went and he said, okay, well, you know what? You know how I'm going to hold this? I'm going to build a Sinister Tower in my main base. And that was actually kind of funny because someone made a post on Reddit about it. It was like, no, you're an idiot. And then TY does it and suddenly things are holdable. And, you know, but I'm reminded of that same idea, right? Where ForJumy is saying, I don't need more stuff. And I mean, he does need more stuff, but I need more importantly to know where the army is at all times. So if I can get a revelation there, maybe that's going to work out. But instead, the Oracle on the other side of the map, he gets 3 workers, but gets very, very low. And I don't really think he's going to get that much more. Oh, Stalker blink forward. There we go. 1 Void Ray falls. 2 Battle Overcharge pops and 2 Mortals. They shred. They shred Stalkers.
Yep. I would not even be surprised to see Jumy tap out without any real fight taking place. The situation, he's going into Blink, which he's never going to have the Stalker numbers he needs. ShoWTimE has everything he wants to get the third base done. And when you were going Blink Stalker versus Blink Stalker, now he's canceling going Charge. I actually do like this move, but there's just so little here for Jumy right now, and ShoWTimE has so much. He's got his third base. His +1's about to finish. He's mining his third, and I love Jumy for Charmer. I even like the Oracle. I think if he didn't take the damage, that late Oracle can always find some damage because people are never expecting it. The late Pylon finishing the warp into. We're gonna get 2 warp. This is gonna be a value Pylon right here.
And it's actually, you know, I don't think it's gonna cause too much because ShoWTimE's already there. In fact, warping in something at this point would probably be a mistake with the 4 Stalkers with Blink. It just
I thought he was warping at home, but
I mean, it was fun. Oh, Stalker blink forward, 1 Void Ray dies immediately. Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yep, and ShoWTimE just containing this Observer, giving him all the information he needs. And the second he comes down this ramp, there are 4 Immortals, but there are some Zealots coming in as well. There is an Immortal here for ShoWTimE. We have the fight breaking out. ShoWTimE blinking forward isn't going to be able to get that Immortal, and once again, Jumy's army does seem to live quite a bit. Well, the Void Rays. Everything but the Void Rays seems to live. And now it's just, once again, the warpins keep coming, and now Charge is done. So ShoWTimE is saying, okay, I am finding myself... Wow, we have Glaive coming in from Jumy. I don't think we're going to wait for that. Charge Lock coming in. The blink forward one more time. The Prism falls. One Immortal has fallen, and the Zealot's on top of everything. Will ShoWTimE say, I'm going to go in for the kill right now? He is diving on everything, and Jumi with the GG, well played. And that is how we get game one. I did think Jumi was going to do something a little bit, you know, risky, maybe a proxy robo. Wasn't actually expecting the gate forge, but I like him bringing it out, and you know, it seemed like it was pretty prepared, and his mind was in the right place with it, and just didn't work out. ShoWTimE probably did a response he doesn't see very often. I think most players will try to hold that natural, but ShoWTimE just completely gave up the natural when robo at home. It was kind of an interesting response, and he takes game one.
Yeah, it worked out very well for the man, which puts him up 1-0. I mean, this is a group that I think we expect ShoWTimE to win. I think that this is a group that we don't necessarily... I mean, ForJumy, I can see him actually stealing something, going top 4. I'm sorry, not a group that we expect ShoWTimE to win. It's a group we probably expect him to go top 2 in. Cyril's in this group. And ShoWTimE, while he got close, he played, I'm told, I didn't get to see the game, but I'm told he played a pretty cool game against Cyril yesterday, where Cyril came back from a massive deficit in one of those games. Yeah, you don't expect to top a group when Cyril's in it. Not at all.
Are you seeing that? You seen what Jimmy just said in the lobby?
Yes, I am. I'm told that, you know, for the rare times that Twitch chat is actually useful, I'm told that ForJumy was talking about how he had a build that said that he had a guaranteed map win against ShoWTimE.
Wow.
I don't know if that was this build.
I mean, it had to be.
Yeah. I mean, it was a cool
so
build.
For those in chat, that was Jimmy saying, Jimmy said that was the first time he's ever lost with that build. So a lot of confidence coming out, and you know, it is one of those things I was going to touch on. You know, these guys practice these builds, and I'm sure that response from ShoWTimE is not something he's seen. And sometimes you bring out a build, as someone who's played in a lot of these before, you bring out builds that, you know, you just have success with, or you feel very comfortable in. And sometimes they just completely flop, but there's definitely reasons players do these builds. It wasn't just Jumi saying, oh, I can't beat ShoWTimE, I'm going to do something really memey. It was him thinking that this build's pretty damn good.
Well, Mr. M. Canning, let's see whether he has another build that is pretty damn good. Maybe even better enough to break down ShoWTimE, because in the upper right for Berserkers, it's ForJumy.
In the bottom left, representing big, it is ShoWTimE. It's a clean name. ShoWTime's got an upper echelon name in StarCraft 2. I'm a big fan. I also am a big fan of how Jumi is playing this game. Mm-hmm. Kind of giving him the same appeal of the last game, but just playing it completely normal. Now will ShoWTimE see it? No, he will not. So I really do like this.
Yeah, who makes a Maca gate? You know, like, we've heard of Macaraxes. That was a thing. In fact, that dominated the TVP meta for most of the start of this year. But who goes Maca Gateway?
I love how Jimmy's playing this. And look at this, dude. Got double gate, insta zealot, chrono. The thing is, if ShoWTimE instantly went to the natural, it would have been okay. Imagine if ShoWTimE just keeps this probe around the main. No, he's going to come down and scout, and he's going to say, oh, are we going to see the insta cancel of things? Or what? I wonder how ShoWTimE will respond. I mean, the zealot's already 70% done. He's used a chrono on it. This is the dream start for Jumi. You've gotten so much value here. The chrono, the zealot. Now, we'll see if it forces ShoWTimE to think, look, I'm going to just get aggressive and attack here. And we see the zealot going across the map, of course. Now, he might just say, look, I'm going to go for an all-in here because I got double gate. I've committed to double gate. I've committed to cybernetics core. You committed to this one gate where you're not going to be able to wall the front very easily. And we do see a proxy pylon coming in. Oh, not a proxy pylon yet, but 2 adepts coming in. I'm thinking maybe a Stargate coming in from ShoWTimE. Now, there's a proxy pylon, so maybe he is thinking about something here.
Yeah, actually, you talk about all-ins or punishes. I think the biggest one's the fact that he's building 2 adepts out of those double gateways. There's no ability to wall. The ability to drop adepts into a mineral line is, well, it is significant. So yes, dream opener for Jumi, kind of, but that zealot across the map, there's absolutely nothing there, but good probe pull right now. One probe will go down. Looks like that should be the extent of it. As there we go, Citizen's Arrest is, oh no, he worms his way out and he gets a second probe. But Stalker, okay, it's there now. Zealot dead, but the zealot for 2 probes. I think you take that, especially when you didn't want to get the zealot in the first place.
Yeah, I completely agree with your Adept assessment. I mean, these Adepts are going to be very, very annoying. Now, he is chronoing out his Stalker, but he only has one Stalker right now. Would have liked to see 2 Stalkers being chronoed, going into the Sentry because he doesn't have money, and Adept's getting in already. And we see the late Proxy Robo with a 3rd Gateway. This looks like all showtime right now. These Adepts are going to probably find 3 or 4 more workers. They're just so tanky. Stalkers don't kill them that fast. Really nice micro by both players. Oh, well, missed a shot at the end. But the Adepts live, and we're not done. We're just getting started. The Robo is done. We're going to see a Prism come out. And we got 3 an Immortal come out. And the Adepts coming back in. It's just so annoying for Jumi. You always have to keep honest. And you're not even able to get value out of this natural here. Not mining. Can't mine from it. Now he's poking the front.
Oh, this is going to be an exposed pylon. He's going to get a Stalker for free. He's going to get a pylon. Well, okay, it looks like, well, we will have the fight on the bottom side, but the Adepts here, they're great. They kill probes. They also kill sentries very nicely indeed. This micro from ShoWTimE is doing a great job. Probe's going to try to knock it down, will not be successful. Now the Stalker is dead, but really both these Stalkers, I think, should go down even as the Stalkers of ShoWTimE fall. But Adepts are not shading where they need to be. But here comes the Immortal, and that is, this Immortal should just tap these Stalkers down.
Yep, and that is the game. Wow.